How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews back with a mystery beer. I don't know who sent this to me. I think this is a Beer Tuberpalooza beer. I think it might have came from Steven. I could be completely wrong here. There's so many mystery beers floating around in there. So we're just going to drink it. We're going to see what's what. It's like tantalizingly thin, that paper towel. Like I almost kind of can see through it, but I can't. Beer-wise, Knee Jerk would be IPA. Pale Ale. I think there's something else going on here. Just looks, it has this kind of, I don't know, farmhousey kind of look to it. Could be wrong. Index finger, infinitely creamy head. That kind of dull pineapple kind of thing going on as far as the body and color looks. It's a good nose. I don't know. I think it's a farmhouse pale ale. That's what I mean. I think it's kind of a Vermont yeast piece. Pale ale. Or maybe just a low ABV pale. A little bit of hops in the nose, nothing too aggressive. A little bit of kind of, I believe, like a little, not spicy, but non-generic kind of yeast in it. Not overly sweet. Low ABV. We're just diving in. Cheers. That's somebody's super low ABV pale. This is like a sub. This is like a sub 5% somebody's pale ale. I don't think it's a lager. I think it's an ale. Extra hopped pale ale? Because it's not overly aggressive. Reminds me, let's put it this way. It reminds me very much of like, there's a little bit of hop spiciness going on now. This reminds me of like Jenny's dry hop cream ale in a certain way. But you know what it reminds me of? And I'm thinking this might have come from Nerd Sense. Maybe. This reminds me a little bit of Summer Catch from Narragansett. And if it is a Narragansett beer, then it's almost certainly coming from Sean from Nerd Sense because he's visited there. I want to call this somebody's 4.5% pale ale, hazy pale ale. Probably has dry hopped written on it, or they're calling out a hop on a pale ale because it's a little bit more aggressive than just a base kind of pale ale. That's it. Yeah. Date on this? Simcoe and Amarillo. Okay. Who's this? What do we got going on here? Marlowe. Okay. This is Nagging Curiosity. This is our hoppy blonde ale. I will say that 4.2. So I was what did I say? 4.5? 4.8? I forgot. Oh, not that far off. I was in the fours with it. Man, I love Marlowe so much. This is such a tasty beer. Named after my late grandfather. The beer's attempt to honor his memory. That's Marlowe. Nagging Curiosity is a hoppy blonde ale brewed with rotational hops. Practice safe consumption. Yeah, I mean, it's a hoppy blonde ale. It's a pale ale. It's a hoppy blonde ale the way Alchemist and Lawson's and more specifically, it's probably more in the vibe of Suarez. They're hoppy blondes. This is really tasty. Low ABV. Really nicely well done. Like I said, in the bomb, you had Simcoe and Amarillo. I'm glad I didn't look and cheat this time because I don't want to just gave the beer away completely. I believe this is 100% Steven beer. I'm pretty sure because I think I watched the unboxings of the beers that he sent everybody else, and I think he did give somebody, one or two people, this beer, non-mystery beer-wise. This is absolutely fantastic. Listen. There's a reason why I had Zach from Marlowe Ales as my first guest when I brought the podcast back, because I dig the beers that much, and his low ABV hoppy game is kind of up there as one of the best going, especially at the moment, and this beer shows why. I mean, it's giving me everything I want from a hop forward beer at a low ABV in a drinkable package. What more do you want, man? What more do you want? You know, All day I'll drink this beer. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And that's the one thing, like I've said this before, and I pretty much alluded to it earlier. I really get annoyed when I don't talk about how much I love a mystery beer before the unveiling. Sometimes I remember, but I get stuck in like guessing mode so much that I kind of get lost from enjoying the beer and try to figure out what the beer is opposed to whether I like it or not. And once you kind of remove that shroud of the beer, you're kind of open to say whatever you want about it. I feel like talking about how good it is before you unveil is a little bit more organic, a little bit more kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Authentic, maybe? Just because, maybe I'm a little skewed by Marley. I don't think that would be the case. I think, any brewery brews this, I would gush over it. But it's just such a damn tasty beer. It's from really, honestly, one of the better breweries doing low ABV, hop forward stuff. Period. Just absolutely fantastic stuff. Thank you very much, Stephen, for sending this off as a mystery beer, even if it wasn't. We get some Marlowe stuff by us, but man, good God. All day. Is this one of the better low ABV hazes I've had? As of yes, this is Mount Rushmore status. This is up there with the sneak boxes of the world. I mean, I might have to put more faces on a mountain because these beers are starting to get kind of more consistent. Let's put it that way. Value and availability on this. Their price points are typically really, really well, nicely done. Eager to Share usually retails around me for $15, give or take. So I'm assuming this is much the same. Steven, let me know what's what, or anybody in the 12% universe that knows what's going on, and leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like really well done low ABV haze. That's what this beer is, and it does it in a beautiful, beautiful way. Some people get scared off by the blonde moniker. American Blonde Ale is one of the most boring beers in history of mankind. But done like this, it's a pale ale. It's not an American Blonde Ale. It's just really well done, really tasty. So if you like low ABV haze, you will love this beer. And at the time of review, this beer is over a month old. Oh no, I lied. It's exactly 1 month old. So this beer has some legs. It'll stay with it. It's going to taste good for, I would venture to say, 2 to 3, maybe even longer months, especially if it's kept cold. So, yeah, if you like good beer, you like this. There you go. Review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you've had this, let me know down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massif. You want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a little Marlowe right now. Yeah. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.